Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another What's Up Wednesday. Scott Watson coming at you from sunny West Palm Beach, Florida, where the weather is absolutely perfect. Glad to have you in with us tonight. This is going to be an interesting and probably a short show, but I'm delighted to have you here. Why, might you ask, a short show? Because I had oral surgery yesterday, and it's hard to talk. But the show must go on, and we've got a lot of things coming up this month of February 2025 that I wanted to share with you tonight. And many of you I'm going to be seeing tomorrow up in Melbourne, Australia, Melbourne, Florida. And we're doing a camp out at the Space Coast. I'm on some pain relievers, so I'm all out of sorts tonight. So but it's a delight to have you here with us tonight. If we're meeting for the first time, howdy. My name is Scott Watson. Welcome to my VanLife YouTube channel. Go small, live large. All about compact travel that helps us live bigger, more exciting lives. I'm coming at you from home base, and really appreciate you being here on the live stream, and appreciate you watching on the replay after this post after the show. We do this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. We got some really cool guests coming up. We've got Hillary and Bob, the Van Caskis. Yeah, they're going to be on at the end of the month. In a couple weeks, we're going to, the 19th, we're going to have Josh and Zach from the VanLife Outfitters. They're the producers of the Peace, Love, and Vans. And we've got Road Trek lined up. We've got remote vans on the docket. We got a lot coming at you. And even some of you are on the docket as our guests. Last week we had Teresa from Beyond the Fern YouTube channel. And she moved from a Ford Transit Beyond to the Nuvo Light. And she had a great story to share. Let's say hi to some folks here coming at you. And again, I'm a little dizzy today, but I apologize. And if you can help us with the question format, that is 3 asterisks, 3 question marks. It helps me see your question more readily and quickly. And it's just a delight to have you here. The show must go on in most cases. So here we are tonight. I got some big announcements here in just a couple minutes. So let's say hi to folks, and then we will show those announcements. We got a lot going on with the Go Small, Live Large community. And by the way, thank you very much for all the Patreon folks that supported, for your continuing support, and for the those that participated in our RV Organized workshop on Saturday. That was a great deal of fun, great deal of learning. And I think everybody got a big aha out of that whole thing. So thank you, everybody that's on our Patreon membership. Appreciate that. Let's say hi to Gumbo here. Gumbo, howdy, y'all. Hope everyone's having a good week thus far. 56 degrees still in Northern California. May have figured out a solution for a small refrigerator without getting an extra one. Good job, Gumbo. If you want to post your potential solution here, that would be great. Here's Eric. Good to see you, sir. Eric, what's up? Bushnell, Florida, temps 73, headed to Hamcation in Orlando, the Off-Road Expo near Stark. Yeah, those are, we're going to be at 2 of those. I'm not sure what the Hamcation is. Is that where you make, I don't know, ham-based everything? Monte Cristos. Who likes Monte Cristo sandwiches? Oof, with ham, right? I'm having a little libation. This is medicinal purposes only. This is a Greyhound. That's what this is. Nothing worse. Well, there's quite a few things worse than having oral surgery, but not much else is worse. Bill and Joe, what's up? Hello, Scott, and everyone here from What's Up? What's up? Wednesday. Looking forward to seeing everyone tomorrow at the Van Fest down here in Florida. Yes, sir. It's going to be a hoot and a hanny, right? Here's Bubba. Bubba, what's up? What about romances in your van life? Been my hubby 23 years, and I don't think I could live separately and be happy. Open relationship thoughts. Well, Kyle's sitting right here. Kyle, say hello to the folks. He's off camera tonight. I know he's working on various stuff. We've been together for 25 years and it's a great life. What we've learned is that we are together because we want to be together. And that doesn't mean being in the same vicinity all the time, every day. And I'm old enough to know that romance is a long time ago in the past. And I just enjoy being with Kyle whenever I can and enjoy being with you all whenever I can. And I'm kind of okay being alone. I am, there's being lonely and being alone. And I am one of the types that I'm perfectly happy being alone. And I'm rarely alone because I've got this amazing YouTube channel and my amazing Kyle on the side. So thank you, Pumpkin. In fact, our 25th anniversary is coming up on February 15, right?
Yep, come on, 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. So
Next week,
how are we going to celebrate that? I think I'm going to be gone. So good question. I think it's important to have somebody with you, mentally or physically, but he's part of my legacy and so are you. I appreciate that. Bill and Joe, there you go. Here's Bubba. Also, are you going to be in Jacksonville this weekend at that show? Bubba, at that show. No, I will be in Melbourne, Florida at the Liftoff Gathering. There, we got a bunch of vans that are going there, and I will be, however, going to the West Palm Beach RV show toward the end of the month. So we're gonna be doing some videos from there. So here's Sherry in the house. We love Sherry. Hello, Scott and Woo friends coming in from the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Welcome back to the USA. Sherry was recently in Jamaica. She's a saint on earth. Temp chili 45 and gas is $2.99. Enjoy VanFest, everyone. Yeah, we're pretty excited. It was pretty crazy last year. Those of you that we're gonna be doing some live streams from the show, the VanFest, whatever you want to call it, and we had a YouTube channel last year. I can't remember the name, but they were giving shots, bourbon shots, to subscribe to their channel. I'm like, there's an idea. Do I have enough bourbon in my van to increase subscribers? Aye. Oh, that feels good on my teeth. Let's see. Here's Shelby in the house. Shelby, God love you. Thanks for joining our RV organized workshop this past weekend. Hello from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 28, windy with snow on the way. Cheapest gas here is $2.65. That is pretty cheap. Gas is about $3, $3.25 here in West Palm Beach area. And Shelby, Milwaukee is one of my favorite towns to van life in. That might have been the first time I got Kyle, as I look over at him, being very busy. We actually overnighted in the van. We street camped, urban camping, I call it. Remember that? And then we discovered where, what was that serial murderer that ate the people? What was his name? Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer. We actually ended up on a Sunday morning having Bloody Marys fresh from the street camping. Rolled into this bar that was open, full of a bunch of gritty old dudes, and turns out that was one of the bars that Jeffrey Dahmer frequented. So that was, I'll never forget that. So that's part of van life, right? Just discovery and craziness. That was a great weekend. There's Roger and Jane. God love you. Byron, Illinois, Ohio. Where am I today? 28 degrees. We love Roger and Jane. They're awesome. In fact, what would we do without Roger and Jane? Every time I close my sliding door, I think of Roger. Because he's got the magic door handle. I don't know. You should patent that and sell it to Winnebago. And everybody else that makes a camper van, Roger. Here's Byron in the house. Glad to see you. Do you get your mail on the road? If so, how do you receive it? Byron, great question. Thank you for being here. It might be a new name. Appreciate you being here. How do I deal with my mail on the road? So I'm fortunate to have a home base here in Florida, which means there's a physical address. I don't own any property. Kyle owns the property, and he kind of keeps monitoring the mail. So what can be a little bit of a challenge is when we get mail that is needing to be dealt with, he sends me a photo, we talk about it, and if it's a check or some official business, then we deal with it as necessary. Fortunately, most stuff is online these days. So whenever there's an option to not have paper-based mail, I always select that. There are a couple mail services you probably will want to be aware of. The one I know best is by the Escapees Club, now part of Harvest Host, and they will you kind of set up a post office box with them. They scan your mail, send you a PDF, and then you can deal with it from there. So I've not fortunately had to deal with that. I've either had largely, I guess, Kyle's parents for a while, and then me. And then when I ship things via Amazon, great question again, is I either ship it here to home base or I ship it to an Amazon locker wherever I am traveling to or am in. So if you're looking for packages, the Amazon locker program is pretty good. Oh, Kyle's leaving. He gives me this. I know. Just say hi quick. Just say hi quick to the folks. I know. There he is, Kyle. He's had a long day too. It's been a long week. He was my nurse yesterday and kind of today too for the surgery thing. And there he goes. Just like that. What a trooper. 25 years, ladies and gentlemen. Long time. Let's see. Here's Mark in Orlando. Hi there. I'm excited for VanFest this weekend. Mark, we're excited to see you as well. It's going to be a great ton of fun. It was a blast last year. It's a little more rogue this year, meaning that it's a little loose. It was a very small group last year. We did not margaritas, but the Bloody Marys. And I'm bringing all the supplies for Bloody Marys. We're hoping to all get in together like we did last year. I have no idea how many folks are showing up from Go Small, Live Large, but regardless, it's going to be a great time. The weather looks absolutely perfect, which is really great. There's John and Sue hanging out at the Harvest Host in Orlando. See you tomorrow. Yes, ma'am and sir. It's so great. It's so great. Here's David. Hi-yo from Chicago, 3:55, 31 degrees, head to Missouri tomorrow in Molly. The van to visit the family. Yes, you got lots of family stuff going on. It's just, it's great to, that's one of the great things about a camper van, right? David, God love you, is that whether you're nursing surgery, I'm trying to save 3 teeth on my bottom. I won't show you what they did because it's absolutely disgusting looking. We're trying to save 3 of my teeth from some really aggressive orthodontics, and we did some skin grafting. Want to guess where they pulled the skin from? Fortunately, not my butt, but the roof of my mouth. So everything is kind of like weird in my mouth right now. But that's one of the great things about a camper van is you can nurse yourself in the hospital parking lot, in the go visit family in the long way away that might be declining, or go to the one of my favorites was the see my mom when she was in Spokane, Washington, when she was alive. She was in the rehabilitation place, right? Is that what you call it? And I kind of stayed in the parking lot that night, so I got to see her at closing and got permission to stay in the parking lot, and then woke up in the morning when it was visitors were eligible and got to see her in the morning. It was pretty cool. What can I say? Let's see. Sharon Fields, God love you. She's in her Travato now. Hi from outside Newport, Tennessee. Love Tennessee, one of my favorite states. Spent the night in incredible tiny homes to see if I could live in that environment when I went to stop full timing. I like the floor plans, not so much the housing idea. I like the floor plans, not so much the housing idea. You were born with legs and wings, young lady. It's hard not to stop moving around. I like that idea, though, right? A tiny home thing. That's probably in our future, my future. We'll see. Oh, yes, Byron, God love you. We're still taking libation funds. In fact, I even got the jingle jar out tonight. So cheers, everybody. Appreciate that. That does go for a good cause tonight. Medicine. It does feel good on my teeth thing. Let's see. There's Rod in the house. Rod, hi, Sherry. See you at Peace, Love, and Vans. Peace, Love, and Vans. So the URL is peacelovevans.com. That is coming up in the first weekend in March. It coincides with the same. Thank you, Byron, for that generous tip. Appreciate that, sir. With the same coincides with the same weekend as the Ocala RV show, not too far away. So I got a great group in here tonight. This is great. Let me see. Hello from Fits Around. Eastern Washington, gas 310 at Costco. That'd be the Costco in Washington, I'm guessing. Right there on Sprague, right? We're hoping to get back to Washington State this year. That's a problem with van life. It's a small camper, but there's so much space to cover. I don't know. One of my favorite, I'm sure you've done this, Fitz, is, and many of you actually, is to drive Highway 2, US Highway 2 from Spokane to, I think it actually goes to Marysville, right? It goes over the, through the Dry Falls, the center of Washington State, the wine country, Washington State, through Wenatchee, up over the Olympics, and not the Olympics, the Cascades. If you're driving that to the Olympics, you'd be underwater. Don't do that, please. Let me just share some, let's take a pause here, and let me just share some announcements. Let's see what's going to happen when I do this. We want to do this. All right, so we do have, no, right here, Scott. Good Lord. Let's see this. Yeah. All right, so starting tomorrow is the Vanbury Camp Out. We are piggybacking on the Liftoff gathering in Melbourne, Florida. What's really critical for me is certainly the campouts, but as important as that is the day guests. This is where people can come in. It's way less expensive as a day guest. You buy a day pass to come in and tour the rigs, talk to the owners, talk to important people like the owners, and just kind of dip your toe into the water of what van life might be like. And when I say van life at this particular event, it's all manners of RV travel. There are schoolies, there are DIY vans, there are commercial vans like what I have, built by Winnebago. The people are really cool. Last year, they had a grouping of probably, I'm going to say 10, 12 Westphalia VW buses from the 60s and 70s. So great. They've got amazing vendors. So if you're really kind of van curious, certainly, travel curious in general, this is one of the great things. So here's their website right here. liftoffgathering.com. I'm guessing tickets are still available. There's camping tickets. I can't remember how much they are. I bought mine a long time ago. It's $150 maybe. I don't know. It's as we call it, dry camping, boondocking, which means there's no hookup. So you need to come in with empty waste tanks, full freshwater tanks, and a full fridge. Hopefully you got some libations with you. I don't know if you roll that way. They got live music, they got food trucks, but you're kind of in for the event during the event. Now for our tribe, excuse me, we're going to meet at the Melbourne Walmart. There's the address, 8500 North Wickham Road. We're going to meet there at 1:30 and then depart for the VanFest site, which opens at 2 p.m. So hopefully we'll miss some of the rush. I'm guessing that there's going to be a bit of a wait as we get there. If I remember from last year, we timed it just right last year. This year, because it's a little more popular, we may well be in a wait situation. So what we might do tomorrow is arrive at 1:30 and then depart at 2:30, just to let that initial rush get in. We've got some folks on site, including paramedic Rob. We love him. He's kind of giving me a heads up that they would like us to go in earlier, but I don't have any way to communicate that. So what we might do is just hold back a little bit. So if you get there closer to 2, this one, Scott, that's cool. We'll probably wait for you. Probably depart closer to 2:30. Excuse me, just to let that initial wave go through. Make sense? But it's going to be great fun. Please go to their website to get all the details, liftoffgathering.com. And then I'm really excited that on February 14th, that would be a sweetheart of a day. We're doing a YouTube live with Embassy RV. We love Embassy RV. They've been Partners of mine for 6 years now. I'm hoping to have some big announcements soon. The cat's out of the bag a little bit, but I'm hoping to be in an Embassy RV starting in March for a few months. But the punchline on the 14th is we're going to be talking about comparisons of a B van versus their B plus RV. And here you can see them side by side. The B plus being there on the left, bottom left, and on the van they build on the 3 chassis we're very familiar with. But we have a special guest, and that is we're going to have Bob and Deb Scott, who transitioned, who've owned RVs in the past, moved. They traveled in a Dolphin transit-based Embassy RV, and then in what was it, this year? I think last year, 2024, they actually bought a Cape Cod and went to Alaska in that. So they're going to be joining us as a guest to talk about this comparison of which rig is better for you, the smaller compact B van, or is the more room in a bigger rig worth the extra space? So Deb and Scott, God love you for joining us for that. Terry Minnick's Embassy RV will be joining us. That's on our YouTube live at 4 p.m. Eastern on the 14th. A few more announcements. We're going to be doing a roundup. Thank you, Bill and Joe, for correcting me on my date. The date we're going to meet is on Saturday, February 22, 11. Actually, there's a typo there. We're going to be meeting at noon on Saturday, 22 February. Please meet at noon. We're going to meet at Satchel's Pizza in Gainesville, Florida. If you've not been there, you don't know what you're missing. Not only is it superb pizza, but it's a really cool environment. We're going to be in the lot that is on the west side of Satchel's Pizza. So I'm going to try and get there in direct traffic. We cannot use that parking lot until noon. So please don't arrive early, like a lot of you like to do, which I love. And if you do, just move to the west side of the lot. It's an electrical supply company. We may have a surprise guest from Hank and Lola and Nick from Sunshine. We'll see. But we're doing a roundup in Gainesville, Florida. And if you like cool things, and this to me is what van life is all about, is these little tiny discoveries. And this would be one of them. I know many of you are going already, so it's going to be great. And then, wait, there's more. Oh, yeah, no kidding. And then on February 28th to the March 2nd, there's the Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo in Stark, Florida. It's about 45 minutes north of West Palm Beach. I'm going to be camping out. They, again, have day and camping tickets. This rig, come kick the tires on which type of rig makes sense for you. Is it a van? Is it a Jeep? Is it a truck? Is it a drag along behind you, teardrop thing? I don't know either. So I'm going to be camping out, and it's going to be a ton of fun. It'd be great to have some of us get together and make that a thing. Again, here's the website, the Save Expo. Excuse me. And check that out. It'd be a delight to have you there for that. And all this going on in the month of February, ladies and gentlemen. And then as we scoot into the month of March, the first weekend is the very beloved, this is our 3rd year being there, Peace, Love, and Vans. PeaceLoveVans.com is the URL. This is near Dade City, not Date City. Although some people might make a date, I don't know. It's Dade City. So Peace, Love, Vans, got all the details. Clearly, I've got typo issues today again, but this is going to be a great time. I'm doing a workshop and on urban camping, one of my favorite topics, and many of you are going. We've got 4 streets, I think, altogether, right? Out of their camp spots. So please join us for that. I think tickets are still available. I've got word that the Russos will be joining the Peace, Love, Vans event, which is super great. And all this stuff is on my website front page. Thank you, Bill and Joe, for sending me that nice note about my website. I've vastly simplified it for not only you, but for me. Don't you love 3-page websites? I do, certainly, when I'm the webmaster. So go to Go Small, Live Large, and front page, all that stuff is right there for you. All right, let's say hi to some folks. How are we doing on time? 1925. All right. looking at everything. Oh, we've already done that, Scott. Let's go here. Sorry. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Here's Rod saying, "Hi Sherry, see you at Peace, Love, and Vans." I already did this. Okay, going, Scott. Let's see. Here's Shelby saying, "Can't wait to see you, Midwest fans." And Shelby, I think you did post something on Patreon. You choose where you come in. I think it's going to be. I mean, it's a big area, but it's a small area. So whether we're side by side or just in the general vicinity, we're gonna have a great time in terms of how do we arrive, when do we arrive. Here's Jim in the house. Hi from St. Augustine. See you at VanFest. Yes, please. St. Augustine, one of my favorite towns. It's the oldest town in America, right? If you don't know the history there, it's pretty amazing. I love I love St. Augustine. So great. Jim will see you tomorrow. That's so great. I love to say that. Here's James Young. Hello from Iowa. Currently getting freezing drizzle. Now that's no fun. Let me tell you, especially if it freezes into black ice. Nah, it ain't fun. Stay off the road, sir. Stay comfy. Let us know if you have van life questions. Been doing this for 7 years. I think this is, hold on. Is this my 199th or my 200th? Oh, Justin's texting me, telling me. So Justin is texting me that the clearly need a secretary. So yeah, we're going to meet at the 8500 North Wickham Road. Oh, he's saying that my slide is right, but my website is wrong. All right. So yeah, we're meeting at the 8500 Wickham Road site. I will correct that. Thank you, Justin. God love you. Right. So at least my mic is working this week. I'm working too fast. Thank you, Justin. We'll fix that. Yeah, so please, Wickham Road, Walmart. That is the deal. Chai Ai. Okay. Thank you, Justin. God love you. Yay, Hillary and Bob. Yeah, I've been texting them. Met them for the first time in person at the RV Super Show. Thank you, Justin. How did I mess that up? And Bob and Hillary are the real deal. They're so cute. And they got to stay the night in a Nuvo light there at the Super Show. So we might have some new news on that. Sherry's saying, Shelby, can't wait to meet you in person. That's great. Here's what's wrong with that? And here's Bobby and Steve and Wilbur hanging out with you tonight from the north of Houston. Cannot wait for Peace, Love, and Vans. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wilbur. surprisingly fun dog. Steve, I hope you're bringing some surprisingly delicious bourbon. Here's Simi G in the crowd tonight. Oh my God. I can tell my pills are kicking in. Hello, Scott. Simi G, California, 56, raining. Gas is now $4.65. Simi G, God love you. Simi G, well, Larry and I met Rancho Cucamonga, right? Cucamonga. One of my early roundups in Rancho Cucamonga at a Bass Pro Shop, right? Him and Alfred, you guys go way back. God love you. Local haunts. That's dedication. Get well soon. Yes, thank you. Any medical thing these days, I'm just, I'd be happy to show you, but it would gross you out. So I'm not. It grosses me out. Trying to save teeth. Here's Jim Banks, Alaska Jim here, just in case. Thank you, Alaska Jim. Appreciate that. Here's a good question. What do you think of Woodford Double Oaked? Feel better? Woodford Double Oak is good for any occasion and is particularly great for medicinal purposes. I would probably have some double oak in here because I actually have some in the van. I'm bringing that with me, but it would probably burn too much on my sutures. So we're sticking, but yeah, I love double oak. If you haven't tried wood for double oak, you're not sure, you don't know what you're missing. And if you go to Costco, sometimes you get a double-sized bottle for about $50. It's the same juice. It's pretty awesome. Thank you, Shelby. Appreciate that. I'm on a fair amount of medicine, but tomorrow's going to be a different story probably. It's like going to the gym, right? Thank you, Shelby. God love you. You know, those first, you go in and you hit it hard, right? And the next day it feels good. You're all pumped and you see blood veins and feel great. Then the next day you're like, oh, that hurts. By the second and third day, you're like, I can't move. Get a wheelchair. That's kind of like surgery stuff for me. I don't know. I'm a big wuss, I admit. Especially when the dentist comes out with that big, don't look, needle, right? And I'm sorry for the pinch. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm glad to have the pinch. Here's EA, like a battery. Here is Gumbo. Canning food. Is there a large enough CCC then canning your own food would work in place of an extra refrigerator? By the way, hi, Kyle. He's left the building. Let's see, canning food. Is there a large enough CCC? I'm not sure what that is. Those of you that can your own food, God love you. You got more stamina than I do. Arguably better quality, right? You see some of the Amish stuff and farmers markets things, but my grandma used to can food, whatever they hauled out of the the garden, which is cool, fruit, veggies. But when they canned meat, that just didn't look good. I'm just telling you. I remember those days canning. Here's Bill and Joe. Are we still meeting up at Walmart at 1:30? Yes, sir. Walmart on 8500 Road. Please. Thank you, Justin. I can't believe I got that screwed up. Hold on. Now I'm double guessing Justin, which is never a good thing. Where is my website? Oh, I need a secretary. Let's see. YouTube, VanLife right here. Lift off. Yeah, huge typo. It says 1000. Don't do that. Thank you, Justin. It's 2500, not 1000 north. 2500. Let's see. Yes, we'll see you there. Here's Peggy in the house. Howdy, cannot wait to see everyone. Been able to travel for a couple of months. You must be itching to move, young lady, I would guess. Here's Gary, the blind guy. Wow. So I have, let's see. I've been there once before. Just want to let you know I'm working with the people at Embassy. They're absolutely wonderful. Thank you for turning me on to them. You're welcome, Jerry. The blind guy. Got to meet a blind guy doing van life. That's pretty exceptional, sir. And it is a legit team, right? I just love working with them, and I'm really excited to secretly announce that we're going to be, I'm hoping, there's still some caveats for sure, but being traveling in one of those here very soon. Here's Rod. Let's see. Rod saying, Peggy and Ashley, I wonder why I haven't seen good. So okay. Yeah, they got kind of an active channel as well. Excited for VanFest. Here's Georgia Jack, bringing some harvest folks in Sanford, Florida. We are overnighting next to sewage. That could be trouble. We'll see you in Melbourne. Cheers. We love Georgia Jack and his lovely bride. And he's the one that turned us on to the 10-year bourbon. Has completely escaped me now. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't even have anything. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. My brain is, let's see. Here's Peggy. After 7 years, what would you do differently? Like come to Baja with us next year since we had to cancel this year. Kyle, too. It's a great question. What would I do differently? Thank you for using the question format. 3 stars, 3 question marks. do differently? I would probably experiment. If there's a group of us going to Baja, I would not be opposed to that at all. I think doing differently, I don't know. It's a good question. What do I do differently? I think all things being equal, if I was starting a YouTube channel, I would reset that expectation. I think I would. I'm at this for 7 years, and I'm not bored of the travel. I'm not bored of the van. I'm not bored of my floor plan. It's kind of the business of YouTube that's really kind of a downer for me, to be honest. And many of you have heard that. And Kyle and I have been talking about some different things. But I just wish I had more vans in more places so I could fly to a van and travel. Because if I want to go to Utah, it's a haul, right? So I know travel more, travel faster. No, you don't want to do that. Just keep traveling. Even now, being at home base, I can't wait to see y'all tomorrow. It's gonna be great. I would say just, if you're kind of a newbie or you're a wannabe, just don't try and do it all the first trip, first months, first year. All you're gonna do is drain yourself. Part of the workshops that we have done and will be doing is just experiment, have fun. It's a lifestyle, but it's not the way to do life. And if you're not having fun doing it, you're not going to have fun at all. So I have a great deal of fun. Even at home base, I stay in my van. It's crazy. I've got this 40-foot thing over here. I've just learned I'm more happier in my van. It's crazy. So just find your mojo. We'll help you. And, it's the van is important, but it's the places you go, the things you learn, and most important, the people you meet along the way. So that's we're gonna amp that up over the next 6 weeks in spades. So here's Robert. Thank you for that, Robert. Glad you're back posting What's Up Wednesday and adventure. I learned a lot from over the years. Thank you for your post, Robert Perry. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's just hard to believe. In fact, I went full time in February 2019 in my van life. I had a corporate job. I've since quit full time. Now I'm taking trips of days, weeks, and months, which is fine. There's no merits, no Academy Awards, no Naked Grammy Awards for doing van life full time. But thank you. I appreciate that. Here's Mr. Ramen. Where do you poop when your black tank is full? Well, any convenient toilet will do, sir. Preferably clean, but I'm very careful not to get it full. I've learned how to listen to my black tank so that when I flush, I know how full it is by the way it sounds when the water hits the tank. So I got a really good gauge audibly on how full it is, and I've got at least a day's worth. And as it gets fuller, I might pee somewhere else, so to save the tank capacity for a number 2. That's the big one for me. But I'm always keeping an eye out, where is the tank level and where can I empty. My routine is typically on a 5, 6, maybe 7-day cycle. So I'm in a campground, an RV park, someplace where I know there's a dump station that I can empty. And the rest of the week I'm rogue, boondocking, harvest hosting, things like that. Rogue meaning like street camping. But even here at home base, we have a clean out station, and I am very aware of that. I use my toilet for most of it. Even at Planet Fitness, I roll into work out and shower, and I'm doing my number 2 in my thing here, because have you been to a Planet Fitness lately? OMG, the cleanliness levels in the bathroom and shower, not so great. So I'm aware of it. Now, if you don't have a toilet like Some already have a dry flush Lavio toilet that comes in a lot of the C RVs. Some of the adventure vans now have those. Even the Storyteller Overlands now have kind of a Echo style bathroom with a cassette toilet. You kind of monitor that, right? Where do you go? Where do you poop when the black tank is full? So I would rather have a little emergency reserve. So if there is an issue at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning and it's raining or snowy and dark and miserable, you can do your business in your van versus running to, I don't even know where you go, 4 in the morning. Here's a WEA. Hello, Scott and Peggy. I have bourbon for you. I like you better already. This is great. Here's Deborah, late but symbolically came in at 7:07 preparing for snow, sleet, and Dahmer grew up near me. No way. Yeah, what a creep. A terrible human being, right? But it was kind of interesting to be in that bar that morning. And I promise you 100% there's no way I would have been in that bar had it not been for VanLife. And it just... horrible story, clearly, but it just punctuated for both of us that without VanLife, it was a July 5 or 6, actually, back in 19, I think. Woke up the van. It was so funny. We street camped a little upside, like this, and the lady out there smoking. I woke up, I don't know, 8 a.m., something like that. It was definitely daylight out, and kind of opened the door to see what was going on around us. And there's this old gal, crusty old gal, out on her porch smoking a cigarette, watching what's going on. And I'm like, "Morning, ma'am." She goes, "I like your rig. Thank you, ma'am." She goes, "Need any water?" "No, we're fine. Appreciate that. Any good place to have a Bloody Mary?" She goes, "Oh yeah, the bar around the corner. You don't want to miss it." That's how we discovered it. And to me, that's van life. It's just the little miracles of life. And I'll never forget that day. It was so great. Here's day 49. Hola, Scott. The Nouveau build is looking sharp, but Coach and Pixel is giving the run for the money. Prost. Yes, sir. They are both great rigs. I would argue one is different than the other in a lot of ways, but the Pixel is really great. Nouveau is so amazing. Everybody's giving Ohio to Kyle. That's great. We're going to try and get him on more. Here's Shelby. Oh, we're going a full length tonight. Can anybody install a door handle like Scott has for me at PLV? I will make a little watercolor portrait of you and your van in exchange. That's a good question. Anybody help out Shelby? It does take a little bit of mechanicalness. It takes a drill, some washers, a nut, and a bolt twice. I'm going to take the plastic panel off. It's an easy job. Roger, I still owe you the video on that, right? I almost made that happen because I had no video on Sunday night. But see what we can do for you. Thanks for being here. Here's a rod. Won't make VanFest. We'll be at PLV. Here's CMG. Yeah, 25 years of anything's a long time, right? Although some of you have this whole thing mastered. You've been with your bride or hubby for gazillion years. Let's see. Thank you, Dave. Wish me well in the related work. Hopefully the skin grafts don't get rejected. That would be a very expensive situation. I got $5,000 invested in this thing. I've always had really bad teeth, and I got them corrected largely when I worked for Apple. But the bottom teeth are really a problem. Sam wants to know, Sean Walker, what's up, sir? What type of weapons or firearms do you travel with for security purposes? I used to have a security cat. He was absolutely worthless. VanLife Luke. I've been to, now I have a beta fish. His name is Toronto. Can I show you this without knocking everything over? Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's right here. Thank you, Kathmandu. His name's Tonto. What's up, Tonto? You see him? Yeah, he's pretty worthless for anything. I think it's just common sense mostly. I do have some bear spray that if things get weird. I don't want to talk about the firearms I have on board in case things get super weird, but um, all these years, I've never had a problem. Why? It's common sense. It's just being situationally aware, and I just don't stay in places that look sketchy to me. Um, they're here mostly for Plan C, as in come and get it. But many do travel with, some do not. I did not travel with for 6 years. I just add those last year. So I think it's mostly common sense, just situationally aware. And then I've just never been in a bad situation. It's pretty crazy. And the great thing about a van is you put it in drive and off you go. Now I might run over a person getting out of here, but that's their fault. They were in front of the van. Here's Horizon 42Q. Hey, Scott, we are in the Panhandle of Florida. Lots of B vans here, gas 284. This is a perfect van life weather. Yeah, address is 8500. Sorry, Bill. Someday I'll get this right. So it's 8500 in Melbourne, Australia. What is the actual address again? Let's go back up here, Scott. It's Wickham Road. Wickham Road, everybody. Sorry about that. Wickham Road, 1:30, 2 o'clock. If you're a little late, that's fine. We'll probably leave later. Last year we had a nice group. I'm sure we'll have a nice group again this year, which is going to be great. Yeah, B vans are pretty righteous. Here's Van Can Do. What van got the best show at the big RV show this year? Ooh, good job for noticing I didn't put one out. I would have to say it was really hard this year. There was not a lot of innovation, I'm sad to say. I think overall the outside vans, that Parks model was really pretty spectacular to me because the a dry bath in the back, and it was a very nice van altogether. The Pixel was really great, and then the Wingham showed up, and those are now in owners' hands being driven around. But it was kind of a hard pick. I think excuse me, outside van would have to be my favorite this year. And finishing a head cold. Excuse me. We be at that. We will be at that one in Stark. Yeah, me too. My first time being there. Very excited. Here's Sky One. Whew, Sky One. 2 thumbs up. What if we don't have a van? Can we still go? Yes. To all these, they generally have a day pass. So I think those are actually other than hanging out with campers like us, going as a day guest is super great. You get to meet the owners, see the various rigs, talk to the owners about why did you buy what you do, what would you do differently. I would encourage you to go, and it's way less than camping. It's, I'm guessing, $20 or something less, but highly recommend that. It's just a great way to explore what your method of travel might be like. Is a toilet important? Is a Jeep the way to go? Maybe you're looking to buy a Jeep and put all the stuff on it, so you're up to about a lot of money, and a van might be a good investment, or a Jeep, or a truck camper in life energy investment. So yes, most of these do have day guests. Please check that out. I highly encourage that, for sure. Here's Kathmandu. The Save Expo is pretty cool. Seems like crickets and locusts were biblical last year. Oh, that's not going to do well for me. Quite a varied show. Definitely check out the raffle prizes. Thank you, Kathmandu, for Tonto too. He's doing pretty good. Kathmandu is the one that turned me on to Mas Amigos, and We had to upgrade Masamigo's accommodations. Now he's in a wine carafe. It's funny. Here's local Hans. Thank you, sir. Did we do this one already? Got another round to ease the suffering. How does RV insurance increase full time? Oh, that's a great question. The problem is my now it's all ice water. Great question. So here's my experience. Do your shopping. So when I first got my van in October of 2018, my first insurer was Safeco. We lived in Chicago. I was not full time. I was very much just. I'm the believer to disclose stuff to your insurance company, because if they find out you're jacking them, they can easily not pay out because there's clauses in there. So if you're lying, so I had Safeco, part time, Chicago based. My rates were $800 a year. When I went full time, I actually used the Winnebago brand insurance broker. So I called Winnebago, got insurance. They're a broker of RV insurances. Progressive is the one they offered to me. I went through Winnebago Insurance. Progressive was the insurer the first year. It was like $1,100 full time in my then $110,000 Winnebago Travato 59 GL. And ever since then, I've been buying directly from Progressive. My insurance for this year is now just under $1,400 as a full-time traveler in a 7-year-old vehicle. And I need to amend some of my stuff because I got things in here that I need to up my insurance amendments on. But I've had two claims on bikes being stolen and one with a crash. And I can't say enough about Progressive Insurance. So if you're shopping for insurance for your van, you really must try Progressive. Their digital experience is awesome. Their in-person experience is awesome. And like I say, even with those claims against me over these years, it's still just right at $1,400. Maybe it's $1,405 or $1,388 or something like that. But as full time, which I'm actually not, but I'd rather be overinsured than not. So here's a good question. Rod says, will Neil and Britt be at Peace Love and Vans this year? I think so. I do know that Nuvo is going to be there. Embassy RV is going to be there. Rubber Vans is going to be there. I think Outside Vans, not outside, but Live More Vans is going to be there. It's going to be a great time. Okay, let's go for a few more minutes here. Looking for some questions. Here's Leonard in the house. Let Margit. Glad to see you, Vanbury. Yes, sir. We got lots of those coming up. All this month and into next month. And I'm already planning March. Excuse me. I want to do a lot of these this year. Not just van related, but other things related. So maybe Renaissance festivals, maybe Curiosity and Oddities festivals. Maybe it's a racetrack related festival. So yeah, a lot of those. Just check my website. I'll try to make it as accurate as possible. When in doubt, visit a What's Up Wednesday, and you'll get the straight scoop. Appreciate you being here. Here's Steve. We are bringing the barrel. Peace, Love, and Vans. Thieved a whiskey tasting earlier this week. Coming along, tasting pretty good. Surprisingly, Steve 2.0. Yes, sir. Surprisingly delicious from Steve. It's so great. Here's Doug. Any issues in the last few years with the second alternator and related parts as occurred in the past? What Doug is referring to, I think, is, so I have a Volta lithium system. There's Lithionics, there's Victron, some other systems out there, Mastervolt. And there's a second alternator that runs separate from the chassis engine alternator that runs on the same serpentine belt situation. I've never had a problem ever with my alternator. I did have Volta upgrade mine because my Volta system was amongst the earliest, a couple dozen off the line back in 2008 18. I did when I went to do some partner duties with them to go train. They wanted me to show the latest and greatest, so they did upgrade my alternator. It's over 200 amps. It's a beast. Volta built, by the way. And I've never had a problem with that alternator. Had some problems with the belt in the past because it wasn't installed correctly. Number one, from Winnebago, and oil leaks on it. But the actual alternator itself never have had a problem with that. Now, some in the audience have had issues with third party stuff, but I have not. Knock on wood. Which I have no wood available. Sorry. Here's Aaron. Bisbee's awesome. Yes, it is. I don't think they're doing it this year. We'll have to think of something differently. Oh, cargo carrying capacity. Thank you. CCC. OCC. That's what I'm familiar with. So occupant cargo carrying capacity. Thank you. CMG. Anything you would change the Travato GL after 7 years? I'm processing my Sequence 20L, buying the 59G GL. Great question. The floor, for me, the floor plan is the thing, CMG. So this room up here, the great room as I call it, which is an expanding table with a bench seat. I have a jump seat on the patio door side and two seats from the cab. I can seat 5 people around this. That's a non-negotiable for me. So quite a few vans have that now. Airstream Rangeline, Westphalia, a Pivot by Road Trek. Who else do we see? The Nuvo has this. So to me, that's the big deal because it's functional space in a very small space that is really I'm actually open to different toilet styles. I'm open to different bed arrangements, although I love my Murphy bed. But this to me is non-negotiable. So unless you have a floor plan like this, I'm probably not overly interested because I know how functional this is. I'm anti a lagoon table. People love them. I hate them. But that's just me because I know how functional this is. I couldn't do what I do without this table. So just choose carefully. Some of you are making mad already. Embassy folks in particular. But we'll see, right? If I'm in an embassy for a period of time, I might change my tune. Pop top used to be something, see me, I was not even interested in. Now, if I got a new van, I would have a pop top. Why? Another room, another van life camping experience that I could not have in the van. If you know what it was like spending your first night in the van, how cool that was versus the residential bedroom experience. I had the same experience in my pop top experience in the Road Trek Zion, sleeping on top of your van. I felt like a teenager, and it was so great. So you just have to experiment, and you can experiment through me. I know what I like a lot. I know what I don't like a lot, but I'm open, and I think that's the whole thing: is just being a little open and experimenting. If we're always in our same rut, ... Thank you, Gumbo. OCC. Let's see. Here's John in the house. Good to see you, sir. Scott and gang, finally getting winter here in Spokane, 28 degrees. I'm guessing we won't be at Peace, Love, and Vans this year. We're sad. John lost and found his cat last year at 2 years ago. Here's Salty Medic in the house. This is great. I'd caravan to Baja, but I don't think I'd go alone the first time. 100% with you on that. Miss Chatter, what's going on? Ooh, we're almost at time. Hi, all. Look forward to seeing a bunch of you tomorrow in Melbourne. Vieira? What is that? Across the street from Nat's Old Spring Training Stadium. Sorry, I'm late, just got here. We'd love to have you any time of day or night. We just had to replace our lobby after 4 years of a lot of use. That's pretty good, right? Oh, you've had your van for 4 years. That's crazy to think about. So my Thetford Wet Flush Black Tank toilet, 7 years in, use it, I don't know, a gazillion times a month. It's still going. All my valves, I did have to replace the O-ring in the bottom of the toilet seal finally, but pretty crazy. Let's see. Here's Matt in Orland. We'll go a few minutes long if we need to. Loving my lithium. How often do you make sure you get shore power charger to lock everything in? Cells balance once a month at least. And Volta recommends that cell balancing, they call it. I would suspect the other brands do the same thing. Because the second alternator, it's varying amounts of energy going in, right? So with shore power, you have a consistent level of juice going in, and then the cells can all get filled to the top over a period of time, about 24 hours, I've discovered. And I think that's one thing that's made my Volta system last so long and so well. But great question, great point to bring out. Yeah, here's Deborah, once a month. Oh, Neil and Britt did make it. What's up? How are the cats? We're almost at the end here. Stay with me. So here's Jerry. Here's Jerry. I don't have a driving partner yet, but I've been interested in van life for a while. I found a place to store my RV once I get it and have people that are interested, but no real volunteers yet. You'd be surprised how many friends you get once you get your van. It's pretty funny. Yeah, Tom's got a really big home. It's really cool having a fish. Not as cool as a cat, but he's pretty sassy. And I've got him kind of trained already. So when I knock on the table, he's like, "It's food time." So then he goes up to the front. And I have this mounted, in case you're wondering. So he's going to travel with me tomorrow, just like this. So it's a wine craft, found it at a vintage store for $1, and I have it mounted to the table with Gorilla mounting putty, like all my stuff here. This is why I love this kind of a table. There's no way on a lagoon table I could have this set up. So I've got my plant, which is super happy. I got my third lily coming up. See it right there. I got my candlestick with an LED candle. I got St. Anthony, my awesome light. I've got a phone thing, right? There's no way I could do this with a lagoon table. I still have all this room to do What's Up Wednesday. I have an extension here, so if Kyle was, we were having a meal or you're joining me for a cocktail, I'm just going to swing this around. You can see the table extension, right? And I'm happy to say that the Super Show, I've seen more of these than less of these. I think once people figure out the functionality of this space up front, it makes a big deal. So Van Can Do, would you consider a Wingham a van? No, it's not a van. 100% not. It's Honey, I Shrunk the RV. Weirdly, it's the same physical footprint as a van in length, but it's definitely not on the exterior a van. But it offers a whole lot more than just a van because you're inside the monocoque shell, not the confines of a steel cargo van. If I had lots of money to burn, I would be in a Wingham for sure. I'm really proud of that team and have a really great relationship with them. We got some big stuff coming up this year, and I hope next with them. But I wouldn't mind having a Wingham. But it's definitely not a van experience, I would say. Not that it's bad or different. It's just not a van. But I'm 100% sure that wherever you drive that thing, you're going to have to explain and tour all the time what that is. Thank you, Catherine. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to take pills and go to bed for my oral surgery. Yeah, it's probably like, you see people on crutches and, just you thank yourself, thank God for having all your appendages. My Halloween finger, I'm hoping it's going to fall off any minute now. But you never really appreciate how good things are until you don't have them, right? Like mobility, mouth, finger. Not giving you the finger, but you know what I mean. So just last few questions. I know looking at Thor 18G, I know size matters. Have you ever done a review or do you plan on doing that one? I'm not familiar with that. I'll be honest, me, myself, but we are headed to the West Palm Beach RV show. Hope to find that there. Thor is a good entry point into the van life if you want a new one. Should I bring my karaoke machine? Sure, why not? See y'all at Van Fest. Yeah, me too. That'll be starting tomorrow. Pretty great. All right, folks, let's call it a wrap for tonight. I'm ready for SLEEP and powerful new day tomorrow. So again, we're meeting at the 8500. What's the note right here? Put it up here. So if you go into this and you want to go in together, this is the address, 8500 North Wickham Road, Melbourne, Florida. If you show up at the other one and there's no vans around, you're at the wrong place. Sorry about that. But look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Come with empty waste tanks, full fresh tanks, and a full heart, and bring a libation or two. We'll see you tomorrow. Lots of you, and it's going to be a great weekend. In fact, I think somebody said there's a launch tomorrow or the next day of Cape Canaveral, so we'll see that together. Until we see you soon, I like to say, get your journey on, and peace be with you. Thanks for joining What's Up Wednesday. See you soon.